Hello, my desmadre soul. Today is my birthday, and I wanted to record this episode. And I want to talk to you guys about something that happened to me last night. So I came across a picture of my ex-husband with the new person he's with, the person he cheated with, I guess. Um, And this is so crazy because I saw the picture and I couldn't understand what the um I guess what was I feeling? I was unsure, but it didn't bother me as much as I thought. I mean, I said, I hate that guy, blah blah blah. But I think that was more like a habit than actually me feeling that. And that was a very interesting feeling. So I decided that I wanted to explore it a little bit more because I honestly, I thought, and especially for being my birthday, I was like, fuck, like I don't want this to ruin my birthday. But it didn't. I was just feeling very interesting. Like I almost didn't care, but my mind, and this is crazy. I feel very proud of myself because my mind was like trying to show me that picture over and over. Like I was doing already other stuff, and my mind keep bringing up the image in my head. But this time it felt different than like a couple months before. It was trying to come in my head like an intrusive thought, and then I could acknowledge that, I could be aware of it, and I will try to. Well, I wasn't trying. I was actually like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I'm doing this. So get that image away from me because it's not important for me right now. So I thought when I went to bed, I that really like it didn't. Well, I guess it did bother me. It bothered me that my mind keeps bringing up this picture, and so I had a conversation with ChatGPT, and just I feel like for me that really helps because it helps me put all my thoughts into like I guess write them down and then break them down. And so what I came up with and ChatGPT came up helped me come up with this is that I feel like I was preparing myself for this, which I was. I prepared myself for this a lot because when I was healing, I, it was, over for me. Like I never, at once I took that decision that, okay, I'm over it, I block him, like completely just block him and just haven't really talked about him and anything. Um, I don't know. I feel like since that for me that wasn't an option anymore to go back. So when I decided that I constantly keep putting myself in scenarios like that in my head. I will be like, okay, but one day I'm gonna see a picture. But one day I'm gonna see maybe them together. One day I keep like, and I'm like, and I have to be ready for this. And I have to be ready for this. I keep telling myself this. And so when I came up with this picture, somebody showed it to me. I'm not gonna go more into detail, but I was gonna say no, don't show me. Like, but then I'm like, that's avoiding. At that point, it felt more like because for the longest time I told my people, and I'm still telling them like, don't tell me anything about them. I don't want to know anything about them. If you hear anything, don't tell me anything. But now it's been a while without like no contact at all. Not even for his baby, like he no contact. So then I was just waiting for the divorce process, I guess, or I don't know what he's waiting for, but yeah, he hasn't even visited him or anything like that. So for me that has been helpful because I mean it blows my mind. It's like, wow, you just completely just let go even of your son, but for me it has worked out. It bothered me for a while that he wasn't being there, but now I'm like, you know what? that's what we needed anyways. We needed time to process all this stuff. So I guess in a way that's good that he also decided to stay away from everybody. But that being said, when I saw it, when I somebody told me about this picture, I was like a little hesitant because I'm like, should I say no? Because I knew it was a different feeling because normally I would have been like, no, I don't want to know. Don't show me. No, because it was still hurting. But yesterday, when somebody said this picture and they approached me to show it to me, I said, I gotta see it because at this point it's not anymore part of the healing that to not see it. Now it is part of the healing that I need to see this. Um, so I saw the picture and I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting to one day see this picture and it came in my terms. I saw the picture in my terms. It didn't caught me by surprise. It was a little bit of like preparing, I guess, preparation from, my this person telling me have a picture, so I'm bracing myself. I guess I had enough time to brace myself and accept it, I guess. So I know this is like a little crazy, but this is all that it was like going through my head. And then it felt, now that I don't know exactly what I felt relief. I really did. I felt relief. Like, okay, this is it. I made the right choice. I have permission to move on. I have permission to continue be doing what I'm doing. And then clearly, it's over, like 100% it's over. I don't know if it's because I'm a loyal person or because I never gave myself to anybody like this before. But when you are very loyal and when you give yourself like fully the way I did for him, I felt like I felt guilty moving on. I felt guilty having fun. I feel guilty even trying to be okay with this is like saying it aloud. This is the best choice because my life is so much better now. I am doing me. I am focusing on me. I am living life enough. I'm not in a constant stress mode and survival mode all the time. But I felt something inside of me still felt a little guilty about it. But now that this is happening, I don't know, I feel like it was a relief for me. Like the last string that was, I don't know, attaching me to him, it just got cut off. And so that was very freeing, very relieving. And because that was part of my identity before, I feel like my mind, like I told you guys all the time, is always trying to look for what is familiar because that's what's known, that's what's predictable. And so it doesn't mean it's happier, doesn't mean it's gonna bring the best version of yourself. It just means it's gonna keep you safe in a way because the mind can predict what's next, what's in the next day, what's in the next week, who are you gonna be in the next year. Which now that you think about it is honestly impossible really to predict that because life is so unpredictable and things can change in a second. And so that being said, but your mind cannot comprehend that unless you really sit down with yourself and start working on that. So I guess that was part of my identity. And so that being said, I feel like my mind was playing this picture over and over in my head. And I know it was my mind and not me because clearly I was annoying that my mind was trying to do that while I was trying to do something else. Like putting my baby to sleep, like, brushing my teeth, getting stuff ready for, for the next day. Like all these things And then my mind was being intrusive and putting this thought, like trying to play out the image again. And I'm like, but I don't even care about that. Like, I'm not avoiding it at this point. It's just really that you need to let go too. I let go, you need to let go. And so I, it's getting quieter now. My mind is a little, like more at ease. I guess it's surrendering to me. But I think that was a very good feeling to know that I did the work and I did so much grieving. I did so much crying, so much like trying to understand him. I grieve my family, I grieve him, I grieve everything. And now I almost want to cry of how I just feel this peace, this like blissful feeling because I'm like, wow, like if you would have shown me this picture like last month or 2 months ago, I would have collapsed. That would have destroyed me completely. And now I survived. I was standing up and I'm moving forward. And I want to share this with you guys because I want you guys to know that obviously, because for a while I was like, I don't want to talk about this no more. Because I feel like I continue talking about this. But honestly, it's like this is my journey. And I know a lot of people around me are going through something similar or something like this happened to them, or you know, they just want to know that it's gonna be okay. And it is. I am here to tell you that it is. It's going to be okay. It's going to be hard. Oh, sorry, I'm getting sick too. I thought it was allergies, but I guess I'm getting sick now. But anyways, um, I want you to know that you have to do the work. You have to do the work and you will be okay. It feels like it's forever, but I'm not saying I'm completely healed because it's not a straight path. It's not a straight road to healing. It's gonna be left and right and U turn, and then it just feels like you're all over the place. But to know that I am here right now, it's a lot of progress. Not so many U turns anymore. And that being said, I feel like this is important for people to know that the ones that have been keeping up with my journey and all this betrayal and how broken I was. Um, and this made me go back to because this happened in March 20th or 19th, don't even remember. The time that I lost my job and the time that my ex-husband said he needed a break and then later on I found out he was cheating. Um, so this was just in March, mid March, past mid March, I guess, the 20th. Let's say it is the 20th because I think it was the 20th. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just sick. But so that being said, it's only March and it's April, May, June. We're only in June 16, my birthday. Um, so that's been like less, let's say it's been less than what, like even 4 months, so what, I guess technically is less than 3 months. So I feel like it felt like a lifetime, going through this process. It felt like forever going through this pain and this tears and these feelings and this desperation and this like I was lost in the middle of the night in the forest. It felt like that. And with no light. And so that being said, I feel like the fact that it's been less than 3 months and I already feel like this, it's just amazing because every step that I took, it lead me to here. And that's why it's very important that every little step, every little thing that you decide to do, it has to be with a purpose because if you are not moving with your purpose, you are not going to get where you want to be or where you're supposed to be, because every little move matters. And even hanging out with the wrong crowd, even there was this incident where I someone from in the past came back, not to my life, but it came back into like closer to my life through someone. And I was like, what is this about? Like, why is this person coming back like now? It's been so long. And then first, somebody was trying to convince me that maybe it's so I can, you know, um, make peace with that and maybe bring this person back into my life, since in in their time it was a good friendship and stuff, but now it's not, and it ended up really messy. So that being said, I did consider it that maybe it was for this person to come back into my life, a friend, and then but I've been living. I feel like right now in this phase in my life, and I don't think it's a phase. I don't want it to be a phase. I want this to be my life. I feel like God is truly guiding me through every step I'm about to do. Even literally hanging out with someone or getting my lashes done or anything. I just go with the freaking flow of life. Not just go with the flow when anybody's flow. No, I'm going with the flow of life. And I think that's a big difference. Because I'm not going with my flow. I'm not going with mm, people's flow. I mean, I'm literally going with the flow of life, which for me, that's wherever God wants me, just take me. And the way I see it is like, if I'm gonna do something, something comes into my life like an opportunity or a decision or a question, anything, I always say, God, if it is meant for me to even take the step, I don't care if it's getting my lashes done. If it's for me to go get my lashes done right now, let it be so it's perfect, it's smooth, and it flows. If it is not the time to do that, then just put some type of resistance. I don't care if it's like, oh, my friend says, oh, you know what, I can't do it right now because I'm running late, or maybe my car won't start, or maybe I won't find my keys, or maybe my baby's crying too much. Like, that's how I go. If it's any type of resistance, I'm like, nope, it's not there. And I feel like obviously I've been improving in my life and how I feel, and I feel so much happier. So that's why it's so important to, I guess, take every step that you take with a purpose. And so, what I was telling you that story about this friend coming back, well, not coming back really, but kind of being part of the someone else's life that was around me. And then the more I examined this situation, I was like, no, I don't think that's it. Like, it feels resistant, and it feels not life is always gonna bring you something and you have to take it. Sometimes it's just like it's there. Life is not necessarily life, it's like other people's choices, or because it's not just my free will, it's everybody's free will, and other people's free will, it's gonna bring other people or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's aligned with me. It's just there. Um and so it was my choice for me to decide whether this is for me to see if I learn my lesson, or for me to really reconnect with this person. I didn't know at the moment, but then the more I explored the situation, I was like, no, hell no. This is just for me to learn to say no. That's not it. I learned my lesson. It was not a good friendship. It's definitely nothing has changed. This person's still where she is, and I just cannot be part of that. And later on, something happened, like, and I did that just out of pure gut feeling. And then later on, something happened with this person around, not like necessarily super around, like to my house, but around out in public. And I was like, oh, hell no. I'm so glad I made that choice that this person was not coming back to my life. Um, and I feel proud of myself because I'm listening more and more. Like, literally, I'm listening to my gut feeling constantly. And I am going with that. If my gut doesn't feel like that's it, then immediately I'm like, okay, I'm out. Um, and if it feels like it is part of it and I'm just scared, I still do it. And that makes me feel proud of myself because, like I said, the unknown is always very scary. The unknown is always like very uncertain and you don't know where you're going to end it up. And then you can't predict anything and that can freak out your mind and therefore it can freak you out a little bit. But honestly, being in the unknown feels just, it was very scary. But the reason why is because when, let's say, last year or a few years ago, my life has always been very predictable, at least for me, because I'm like, I know what I want. I can control my career. I can control when I go to work. I can control how much money is coming in. I can control everything. It was a lot of control. And I'm also learning to let go of that because the reason why I got so controlling and I don't like it now, it's because, I never had anybody to have my back. My mom passed away when really early on in my life when I was a kid. And that was that impacted my life a lot. And then after that, I'm moving with the family member, and because my dad was working a lot and this opportunity arose, and it was also not a good opportunity. I didn't feel protected. And then after that, my dad passed. I feel like the whole time I just been kind of on my own, like a little, um, what are those people that like just move from place to place? Um, Gypsy, I guess. I felt like that with my life. Like I was always on the move, always leaving different places. And it was just me and my baby. So I feel like that gave me so much, like I have to have my back. I have to be able to control everything around me so I know I'm safe so my baby can be safe. Now my baby's 18. Um and it worked. It served its purpose. That version of Asa there was, that version of myself, it served its purpose. But now it's different. Now I feel like I need to let go of the control and then put it in God's hands because now I know better. Before I didn't know. Now, well, I mean, I did know, but I was still like a baby in my faith. Now I cannot look back. Now I can just not see it, not see it. Like the Matrix movie when you take the blue pill or the red pill. Like once you see it, once you take it, once you see it, I don't know, you can just never go back. And so that's how I feel right now. I feel like I am so aware that God has a plan, that God is taking me somewhere, that I cannot just take matter into my own hands anymore. All I can do is keep improving myself. And I was wondering, why do I have to keep improving myself? Well, how is that going to change? But we forget that, that's the most important thing. Like, we need to work on ourselves, the way we see life, the way we approach things, the way we create things. Like everything has to come, it comes from us. It begins with us, our life. So I was in constant stress, I was in constant chaos that I could not create, that I could not believe, that I could not be happy because I was not doing the work on me. I was so worried controlling about the money and my job and all this stuff instead of focusing on myself. And another thing is like, I also learned the reason why I'm so calm, and it's like, you know, my situation, it's not that it's not ideal, it's just different, very, very different than what society is used to, than what my life used to. And so it feels like I'm failing, but well, it doesn't feel to me like I'm failing anymore. But for other people, maybe it does. And it feels maybe weird for them to see me so chill about not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I guess. My career, I'm not doing that right now. And just, But other than that, I feel like I've been doing what I supposed to be doing. Like I feeling so much calmer. I literally feel high, and I think that's part of it. It's because my nervous system was constantly in such a like survival mode that now that I'm chilling, that now that I'm more calm, that now that nothing really phase me, only like almost sometimes it triggers it, and then I'm like, it's okay. Because I remember if something is putting resistance, it's because it's not there. It's God telling me it's not there. So instead of getting mad, I'm trying to work really hard on just accept it. And I've been doing so much better at that than I used to, even with traffic. I'll be so mad, like, I'm gonna be late. Now I'm like, well, there's a reason why, so that's fine. Um, but yeah, I think the reason why I feel so high in life is because of that, because my nervous system now is so calm. Now I can actually do its job that is like, wow, this is like, it's like I send myself on a vacation for life. Literally, that's how it feels like. Before I was constantly living in stress, and now that I'm just so relaxed, my nervous system is just feeling so good that it's just like a high. And yeah, I guess that's the best way that I can explain it. Just going on a vacation. I send my whole nervous system on a vacation, and now it's just feeling amazing. And so I realized that I used to be the person that I was stressed out about everything and then be like, well, when this happened, then I'm gonna be okay. Like when I graduate, then it's gonna be fine. But then something else, another goal that I have comes across my mind, be like, well, now when I have a house, then I'm gonna be fine. Or when I had another house, I'm gonna have. Oh, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna be fine. And it's like that's why you're never happy because you're constantly. I guess I was punishing myself all the time, telling myself it's never good enough. And then whenever you have this, then that's when you're gonna be happy. And then, oh, now you have that. Okay, so that must not be it. You need to go for the next thing. And I was not allowing myself to enjoy life, to enjoy happiness. And now what I do is like, I'm telling you something. I don't know what is happening with my life. I don't know if I'm gonna get there in a year, in a month, next week. I don't know, but I am completely letting go. And if it happens in this tomorrow or next month, I'm okay with it, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna worry about today. Like, if today it's my birthday and somebody invite me to go somewhere, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna not go, and I'm not gonna punish myself because I haven't yet accomplished what I supposed to be accomplishing, like a master degree or something. And I think that's more for feeding the ego. It might, like to make yourself feel big, but that's not bringing any joy to me right now. What it is healing, which, like I said, seeing that picture clearly it shows that I am doing so much better. I don't know when I'm gonna be healed 100%, but I'm not worried no more about that. I am worried about today. I'm worried about what I'm doing today. And literally, I don't know what I'm doing today, but I am worried about what I'm doing right now. And I think that's the most important thing, to be present. And that's literally so hard. It's so easy to say, just be present, just be present. But really, it's hard to be present when you have a busy mind, when you have a busy life, when you're constantly stressed out, that you are not allowing yourself to be present in the moment. Like right now, I'm recording this episode, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not worried about, oh, I need to plan my day because it's my birthday. And I know it blows people's minds because they're like, but it's your birthday, don't you have something to do? And I'm like, nope, I'm just going with the flow because guess what? I feel like I've been doing that every day lately, and it's been taking me to amazing places with friends, with family. Even if I just stay at home and we just like have some snacks and drinks here at my house, like I'm cool with that. Whatever life takes me, whatever God is gonna take me, I am now okay with that. I am now happy because I know that's what I'm supposed to be. And the more I let go of control, the more I am grateful, even for little things or big things or whatever. That's progress. That's me growing, and that's me getting higher to getting closer to my higher self. And I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful to for another year. And I feel because this year the pain was so enormous. It was just a freaking elephant drop on my head. I don't know. I just feel like this comeback is gonna be huge. I don't know what way. I'm not trying to manipulate it also. I'm not trying to take desperate action. I'm just going with the flow of life, praying to God that He is gonna guide me where I'm supposed to be, and trusting that this is part of the process, and trusting that faith is here with me. As long as, again, I always say, I'm not just sitting there on the couch. I'm constantly moving, and I am constantly working on myself, going to the gym, trying to pick up better habits, trying to be more patient. I'm just trying to learn from everyone right now. And definitely trying to um, be more humble, and that comes to trying to not let my ego and my mind take over, because those two like to work together constantly. And allow myself to be happy. That's one of the biggest things. As humans, we and adults, not, I think kids are different, but adults, I think when you're an adult, you become so rigid and so get all these ideas that it is your responsibility, this and that, which it is, right? You need to be responsible, but at the same time, don't forget to live. Don't forget to enjoy life. Don't rob yourself that opportunity or opportunities of being happy, of exploring life, of being present. It's I had a really weird experience actually when I went to the river 2 days ago. I keep telling people it was like near death experience and they laugh at me, but I swear to you, it felt like that. I had never passed out ever in my life. And I was walking on the river to the river, and there was so many things that I think contribute to this the way I felt. But so the crazy thing is that my friend was in front of me and she almost fell, like literally, and then she like was able to brace herself. She didn't fell, and then I was right behind her, and literally a few steps, and like after she fell, she was about to fall, then I fall. It was not as bad as it could have been. I was able to stop myself with my right knee, and yeah, but then I got up and I was like, oh, that sucks. It hurt, and then I can tell there was skin missing in my knee, and then I'm like, fuck, and then I start bleeding, and then I get up, and I don't know, it was like 95 degrees outside or something like that. And then I was like, I felt so disoriented, like so disoriented. I felt how everything was like how they say, like this is a video game. It felt like everything was disappearing slowly. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I can hear my mind, guys. I can hear my mind freaking out, like, no way, Jose, this is it. No way, this is it. No way, you are done. No way, this was it. And I can see, like, trying to comprehend, like, and I think that's how they say you see your life right in front of you before you die or something. And I start thinking, like, holy shit, like, this is it. Like, I'm freaking dying. And then I got scared. I did get scared. I'm like, fuck, like, damn, like, it just happened. Like I was fine. I was walking, and then next thing I know, I'm like dying. And it was the weirdest thing because all I did is that I fell and I hit my knee. But I think it was the heat, the shock, how fast I fell, how fast I got up. I was super thirsty. I drank the night before. Uh, I smoked a little weed, and I had the wrong shoes on. Um, and also I've been losing a lot of weight lately. I feel that also contribute to me. Uh, I felt like I had like really low blood pressure. Um, my sugars too. Because I haven't at that time. I didn't have any breakfast or anything, so that was also, I think, part of that. And then that I was losing blood. I don't know. It was just a lot of factors, but it felt truly like. And then I thought about it. I thought about it for a while. I really did. I was like, what is going on? Like, I literally just hit my knee. Why am I feeling like this? Like, I'm about to collapse. And that made me realize, I think that was, I know that sounds very scary, but to me, I was exciting because I never had anything like that happen before. And I don't know, I know you're going to think I'm a weirdo by saying that, but honestly, that gave me purpose because remember how I said earlier that I am living life and I am not worried about, like how I used to be about money and a job and stuff. And this incident that happened to me, literally as I'm seeing my world is disappearing right in front of my eyes because I'm about to collapse and me thinking I'm gonna die, but maybe probably I was just gonna pass out. But that was it was a lot serious for me. It was a lot meaningful for me because that gave me a confirmation of what I've been feeling lately. That it's like, if I die tomorrow, am I gonna be okay with the way I'm living life? And I'm like, I wasn't worried when I was feeling like my world was disappearing and about to collapse. I wasn't feeling about like, oh, did I pay the water bill? Oh shit, like how much money I have in my bank account? Or oh, I have the biggest house, I have the nicest car, I have the better clothes. I was not thinking about that. I was like, holy shit, like was my life meaningful enough for these people to remember me? Because I am going down. And my son was there. And I mean, them people, like my best friend, her daughter, my son, his girlfriend, they were right there. And I was like, I hope they remember me. And I was like, that was important for me. It was important that the people that I love remembered about me. The people that I love knew that I love them. And I was like, this is it. This is the purpose, not collecting so much money, not having the best of everything. Is literally about connection with the people I love. For me, I don't know about you guys, but that was for me. That's what I thought when I was dying or about to pass out. So, anyways, that was my confirmation, and it was great. I feel like every opportunity, everything that is happening to me right now, it's been great. Scary, but great. I think I'm getting more used to the scary part. I think that's why I'm okay with this experience because I've been in the unknown for so long, the way that my life has been happening right now, and the fact, and everything hit me at once. Again, like I lost my job, I lost my husband, my ex-husband, I lost, the family we created, everything, all the dreams and hopes and this whole family together, like, and not just that, but like I said, my job, my career, everything is just feels like it was such a hit that it was like not to, now, mm, it doesn't nothing feels as bad anymore, like make me stronger, like it really did make me braver, stronger, and not such a chicken. So anyways, that's my story, and I don't know what life is gonna give me or what is gonna happen today, my birthday. But I'm just excited. I'm excited about life, and I hope you guys know that everything's gonna be okay. Nothing is forever. You guys just have to do the work. And if you are going through a heartbreak and you're trying to get over this guy, definitely the no contact, 100%. That includes seeing pictures of them, people telling you things about them, messaging them, calling them, like all that is still. And if you have kids, I get it, but you can just talk about that, like, hey, I'm outside, pick him up, oh, here I'm, that's it, like nothing else, like trying to make conversation, or if you can use a third party, that will be even better. So things like that you can do, because it's literally like a drug. For me, love and detachment, it was like a drug. Like I was feeling like I was craving that, and if I keep allowing myself to have access to it, I would have never healed. And because I completely cut him off, I completely asked my friends, do not tell me anything. If you see him, don't want to know anything, you know? And that really helped. So I hope this helps. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, week. Don't forget to do something that scares you today. Don't forget that we are here for the human experience. And if you want to grow your brain and want to grow yourself as a human in this 3D world, please go out there and try something new, something that makes you happy, something that scares you, something that challenges you. All right. Well, I will just go and have fun now for my birthday. Bye.